Hello people of the internet. Well, breathe in, take a deep breath, because these pencils may be something different. Now, these pencils at the time of filming this video are not available to the UK. They have been sent to me in advance of them being released in the UK so I can do some testing on them, because I was contacted by this company. They said to me, these pencils are this. And I said, oh, are they? And they said, yes, here's the evidence. And I said, I'd like to do my own independent testing on that. And they said, oh, well, that's going to take a couple of months. I said, yes, it will. You better send them to me early. So here they are. Here they are. Here is, this is the first time I've opened this box. Interesting, look, it's a deep breath, grind, don't know what all of that is all about on there. It's got some bubbles, and then it's got the pencils. Oh, and then bubbles as well. Got a warning sign, over 14 years old. Let's get this off of here. Okay, so it says 72 saturated colour, easy to blend, 38 mils of core, break resistant lead, wide range of colours, richly saturated pigment. Designed by the Shenzhen Woomer Cultural and Creative Company. And it's got the address, colour swatch for reference. Okay, let's have a look at the pencils. Smell the pencils. Are these the same as every other Chinese pencil? Well, here it says good light fastness, soft core, artist quality, saturated colours. Let's get them out. Let's have a look at them. Oh, got a whiff of pencil smell there. It's a nice tin, nice red tin. Is it a fully coming off lid or is it a hinged lid? It's a hinged lid. Oh, these look nice. They smell nice. Let's get one where you can see the writing on it better. My old faithful tealy blue colour. Okay, so what does it say on them? It says Woomer Colored Pencil. It's in gold. It says deep sky blue. And it's got 4 plus signs and an empty. So it's 5 plus signs. 4 of them are filled in, 1 of them is not. And then it says WP211 deep sky blue, all in gold. And it also says there, it's got a scanner code, but I just think that's generic. I don't think that's facilitates. Oh, it's so tiny. There we go. Don't think that facilitates open stock. I think it's just generic. Let's get another one and put it next to it and see whether it's the same. Oh, on the other side, by the way, it says made in China. CP01. Oh, this is interesting. It is a different number. It isn't just a generic number. Oh, that's got me intrigued, because that makes me feel like it might actually... So it's a different number. So each pencil has a different number, which means they could be available at some point open stock. Oh, and the other thing I've just noticed, haven't got the white undercoat. They haven't got the white undercoat. Are these something different? Can't wait to test. So first things first, I am going to swatch them out. I need to print off a swatch chart. Let's have a look at the colours. Quite a lot of yellows. A random pink just chucked in there. Why is there a random pink there? This tray's very wobbly. And then it goes, so yellows, 2 pinks, orange, red, blues, another couple of pinks at the end there, and then purples, greens, all the greens are together, yes, browns and greys, and a black. Right, swatch sheet. first things first. I don't know when you're going to see this video. I'm really interested in this. So, could be a couple of months down the line. But I had to film the unboxing. So, let me do the swatch sheet. And I'll see you on the flip side. Now, this is a swatch sheet that I'm going to use. And you can also download it in my Ko-fi site. Now I have got, there's 3, you can't barely see it, but there's 3 lines here, and I'm going to colour the whole thing in as when I swatch it, because these pencils are supposedly Lightfast. Now I say supposedly because I have actually seen the Lightfast testing, and I'm going to put it on the screen now so you can see that they have been tested. And when I was sent these pencils, I was told, would you like to test these pencils? They're Lightfast. And I was like, okay. And they said, in the video, you just have to say they're Lightfast, reference the fact that they've been tested, blah, blah, blah. And I said, no. I'm not going to say they're Lightfast unless I can test them. And I said, that's going to take longer than 5 minutes to do a video, or half an hour to do a video. That's going to take a while for me to swatch them, put them in the sunlight, come back to them after a week, come back to them after 2 weeks, come back to them after a month, which is my plan, which is what I intend to do. So, starting off, I'm going to swatch them, the whole box, and then we're going to tape over 2 of them, and then in about 10 days time we're going to remove one of the tapes and see if there's any difference, and then after the 30 days we're going to remove the second tape. So basically it's going to be about 2 weeks apart, I think, just to see. I mean, a month in the sun, bright sun, should be enough to see how Lightfast they are. Let's get swatching these. Right, let's move the tin over here. Got a bit of squidge behind it already, old school squidge, put that on there. Now I'll probably fast forward these unless there's anything that I want to say. This is my first go on them. I should have done that black so that I can see what the white pencil looks like. That's a pain. Maybe I'll just... Yeah, you know what I might do? I might cut a strip of this and lay it in that gap, but I shall do that later. Right, let's get the colours going. Let us start with WP01. Bring you down. I am going to fast forward this so I won't be talking like I say. Okay, so they do feel quite firm. Oops, don't want that wobbling. And they do feel quite firm, so definitely not a soft pencil. It's really interesting how bright the paintwork is on this paint. It looks like it's going to be a fluorescent pencil, and it's not a fluorescent pencil. It's actually a really nice subtle, like, blossom pink. Cheers. So for some reason that was the most laborious swatching I have ever done. Let's have a look. Put the pencils away in their tin. Let's have a look at the colours. My arm's actually hurting. They're really firm pencils. And I don't think this paper, and this is the paper that I use for all my swatching, I don't think this was the best paper. It's very smooth for these pencils. It seemed hard work. Let's have a look at the colour range. Obviously the white needs to go on there. We've got some yellows, a couple of pinks, and there's a couple more pinks down here. This section of blues, that blue is really light, really light. Probably the lightest blue that I've got in any of my pencils. Then we have this range of purples. There's like a magenta pink in there. That would go quite nicely with these two pinks here that are at the bottom. Range of purples, and then this lump of green all nicely together. So some yellow greens there, some odd greens, and these are more natural looking greens, and then some really dark greens and some bluey greens. And these are the browns. These are the greys, a couple of warm greys in there, a couple of cool greys in there. This one here is walnut brown, but it's like a really dark grey, and then the black. Phew! So what I need to do now is get this prepped and ready for, you can see the shine there. I'll get these prepped and ready for its tests. So let me go and get all that stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I have this black cardstock, and I am going to cover, so where I made the 3 marks where you can just about see, there's a section there, a section there, and a section there. Same on that one. I'm going to cover up that. Actually going to cut this into 2 strips so we can expose this to the light, and then in 10 days time expose that to the light, and then in 10 days after that see the unexposed one. So there'll be 3 levels: 10 days, 20 days, and then not exposed. So I was going to just use tape, but number 1, the tape might pull the colour off, and number 2, that's really it really, the tape might just pull the colour off. So let me cut this into strips with my trusty Fiskars cement trimmer and stick it on. Just get in this black piece. Okay, that's the stick that up there, that's the white colour. Okay, yay, we've done that. Right. So this piece has to go over the line here. Get that taped on, and I'm using masking tape. Maybe I should have used washi tape. My masking tape is really old. Right, let's get the line lined up. That's part number 1. Right, straight, which is good. And then this part is going over here. Now I'm just going to seal that gap. That's 1 half done. So this is going to be exposed to the light. Could have been neater. This is going to be 1 week exposed, 2 week exposed. Is that right? Is that for 10 days, 20 days exposed? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 10 days. Alright. Let's go put it in the sun. And I'll see you in about a month. Bye! Okay, so here here is the sheet for the Woomer pencils in my conservatory. It is currently 9 o'clock in the morning. The sun is there, and it will blast away at this now for the next 2 weeks, and then I shall remove this side, and then we'll do we'll do this side as well and see how they are going. So here's the setup. I want to note down the dates so that I know when to check. So the date today is the 17th of August. And the first time I will check, I'm going to do it 2 weeks. I'm going to do 2 weeks and then 2 weeks. So we've got a whole month. In 2 weeks' time, that's the 31st. I'm just looking at the calendar. 31st of August. And then when I take it up off for the second week will be the 14th of September. Okay. Good. So that's when we will be looking at these pencils. Let me stick that on the sheet. Lovely. Here we are with my normal stack of books that we try the pencils in. So we've got consistency throughout the testing. Let's start with my old friend Lulu Mayo. Should we do that pinky one? Is there enough pinks to do another pinky flower? I guess there probably is. All pinks on the top. Good-o. Right, let's pick the free pink. There we go. Testing the Woomer pencils in the cut. I need to sharpen them. They're a bit blunt. And if I don't sharpen them, people always moan at me and say, you should sharpen new pencils. I always do. I just don't show you. These are nice sturdy pencils actually. Like the lead end's quite nice. I broke my nail, look, ouch. They're nice sturdy pencils. Right, here we go. Let's do them next to this test here, which I did recently. And these pencil tests get more and more like science every time I do them, don't I? Okay. Them two colours almost look identical, don't they? Weird. They go down nicely. They go down alright. They feel sort of similar to the pencils I used here. Maybe a bit firmer. It's interesting because you can get 72 other pencils for under $30. But the question is, these have been Lightfast tested. So it depends how relevant that is to you. Let's see if we can get... They don't look... Sorry, I went over the edge. I'm always rushing it and never doing this properly. They look more oily. These pencils here are the Artex, by the way. This is Artex, this is Woomer. And they don't look as waxy. So they look like they're made of different stuff. Interesting. Right, let's try them in my favourite Rita Berman. Amazon book time. Oh, they're nice on this paper. They do feel quite firm. They do definitely feel firm. They've got that little bit more resistance when they go down. Okay, and finally, we try them in a Johanna Basford. I have one on the go somewhere here. That's the one. Don't they look similar, them two colours? They do feel a bit firmer than other Chinese pencils that I've used. They've got a little bit more, you know, resistance, I guess. Let's see what happens if I do a light layer. Another light layer. Rather than my trying to get everything blended in 3 layers. That one. I'm really pleased that Woomer actually reached out to me and asked me to test these pencils, because, you know, I'm always trying to find the diamond in the rough. The stuff that is such good value and that people that can want Lightfast but have only got $30 kind of thing. It's always nice to see that, you know, maybe there is competition out there for the £200 sets of pencils. So there you go. They're not too bad. They blend quite nicely. In fact, they do feel a bit different. You know, it's only my opinion and the way things feel. They do feel a bit different to, say, the Artex, which that one is alongside it. Can you see the shine? Yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it? But they're not bad pencils. So that's me having a little play with the pencils. Now we need to come back in a few weeks and see how Lightfast they really are. Hello people of the internet. Look, it is the 31st of August. We are 2 weeks into the pencil Lightfast or cooking test, as I'd like to call it. I do actually have another set of pencils there testing at the same time, almost like as a comparison. But I am going to take the first strip off. So we are 2 weeks in, like I said. So I'm going to do that and we can see what's what. It is really bright in here, so it's hard to see. Oh, I taped it down as well because the heat was making the paper coil. So I taped it down, but I'm going to take the next stripe off. Let's do that. Okay, so I've listed up. Ooh, I can't do it with one hand. Right, I've lifted this up at one end and I'm peeling it back. The tape's gone a little bit extra sticky in the heat. But what I'm going to do is, like you can see, it's ripping that paper. So I'm going to go off and do it carefully. And then we'll come back and have a look if there's any difference between under there for 2 weeks and outside for 2 weeks. Oh, this is really interesting. Whatever colour this hat is has faded. This one has faded. Most of the others are right. Once we're at the end of the 2 week test, we'll compare. Look at this one. This one has faded. That one? It's because the sun's here, it's hard to see. No, that one's good. These ones are good. Alright, so, and the white's doing okay. So we're on, the cardboard has ripped a little bit. So today's the 31st of August. Next going to look on the 14th of September in 2 weeks' time. Let me tape this back to the table to stop it curling up. And we'll come back in 2 weeks' time. Well, here we are. It is, well, here we are. I sounded like David Attenborough. It is the 14th of September and it is time. This has been out in my conservatory. It's a dullish day today. Well, quite bright still. It's still warm and sunny in here. And this has been in here for 4 weeks. 2 weeks before we removed that layer and 2 weeks after we removed that layer. So now I'm going to take this upstairs and see how Lightfast these Woomer pencils really are. Out of interest, like I say, I am doing another test here. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Anyway, cover that back up. I don't want sun getting under there, because what we're doing is testing these. So like I say, these came out here on the 17th of August. Yeah, so just a month, 4 weeks they've been here. Right, let's get these upstairs and have a look. So here we are back again. It is 4 weeks since I swatched these. I have no idea what I said in that swatch video, and I will find out I guess when I edit everything together. But these pencils, which were sent to me by Woomer, I was told that they were Lightfast and they had been tested, and here is the test report, which actually says the Shenzhen Woomer Culture and Creative Company Limited, and the sample is for soft colour leads. They was tested in 2023, and the test sample was from the 12th of June, from the 2nd of June to the 12th of June, so it's only 10 days, so I did a little bit longer than that. It has a picture of the sample photo of what the pencils were, which do look a little bit different. They're not coated like the ones that I've got. And so this is the test report, and on the test report it has the names as RZ7001. I can't remember what the names were on the pencil, so let's have a look. This one is WP205, for example. Really difficult to see. See if we can get that. Yeah, so Woomer pencil W205. So what I've got to try and do is, before I uncover just how Lightfast or not the colours are, by the way, this paper ripped a little bit. It gets really fragile, paper in the sun, and the masking tape that I used to hold things down also became a little bit very sticky. So I'm going to move that to one side, and I am going to see, because it looks like most of the ratings that the pencils were given during the Lightfast tasting was 4, 4, 4, 4 to 5. Peach has got a 3, 4 to 5. White has got a 3. First of all, I'm going to go and look up what these mean, so I know what 3, 4 and 5 is, good, medium or bad, whatever it is. Then I'm going to mark what they should have done on the colours next to them on the sheet, and then we'll do the big reveal. So first things first, I'm going to go and read what the blue wall standard is and what 3, 4 and 5. And I think they're just 3, 4 and 5 everything's got. I don't think there's anything other than that. Yeah, 3 to 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, and then that's it. They go over the pictures of the sample testing. So let me go and find out what all the different ratings mean. Okay, I have been gone a long time. My tea went cold and I got a whole new cup. So while I've been gone, I have looked into the 2 different types of Lightfast testing you can do for pencils, and there are 2 different types. There's the ASTM ratings, which is the American Society of Testing Materials, something like that, and there is the blue wall scale. Now we're going to have a look at the ASTM rating first of all. There's actually 5 different ratings within the ASTM ratings. 1 is excellent lightfastness. These materials will exhibit no appreciable colour change after being exposed to the appropriate equivalent of 100 years of indoor museum lighting. So basically that would make them a Lightfast 1. Lightfast 2 is very good lightfastness. These materials are suited for indoor exposure but should not be used for works which will be installed outdoors. And Lightfast 3, marginal permanence. These are considered fugitive materials and are not recommended for permanent works. So that's LF 1, 2 and 3. Now if you want an example of each of these, Prismacolor pencils, Caran d'Ache Pablos, Luminous and Derwent Lightfast are all tested to the ASTM standard. So with Prismacolors, 59 of them are considered Lightfast 1, 26 of them Lightfast 2, 25 of them Lightfast 3, which bear in mind anything below 2 is not permanent. 13 are poor light fastness, and 26 of them are very poor lightness. Now we do know that out of the 150 Prismacolor pencils, they are not the most light fast pencils. They shouldn't really be used for, well, some of them can be, so 85 of them, so about 50% of the pencils can be used by artists for light fastness. The Caran d'Ache Pablos, which are not advertised as being extremely light fast, 45 of those are light fast 1 and 69 of them are light fast 2, which, so even though they're not advertised as Caran d'Ache's sort of like light fast range, there's only 6 that are not considered light fast out of the 120. The Caran d'Ache Luminous, which are billed as being light fast, are all light fast, so that 79 of them are LF1 and 21 of them are LF2. Now some places you look around say 81 of them are LF1, but I have read the sheet, went on the website, looked at all the colour names, and I can only find 79 colours that are listed as LF1 out of the 100. And then the Derwent Light Fast, LF1 is 62 and 38 of them are LF2, so good for 50 to 100 years, so they say. Alright, so that's the ATSM scale, and that's a reference point of some of our well-known colours. So these pencils, the Woomer pencils, they say here that they've been tested to the Blue Wall standard. Okay, Blue Wall standard. So let's have a look at the Blue Wall standard and see what that means. So Blue Wall ratings are, so they go from 1 to 8, with 1 being very poor light fast, fugitive. The pigment begins to fade in 2 years or less of light exposure, even with proper mounting, so not suitable at all. And you've got 2 and 3 are poor light fast, they'll fade in 2 to 15 years. 4 and 5 are fair light fast, considered impermanent though. The pigment will remain unchanged for 15 to 50 years with proper mounting. 6, very good light fast, and then 7 and 8, excellent light fast over 100 years. So I have translated that. Polychromos pencils are rated on the Blue Wall scale, and on their website it says 100 years plus, 25 years plus and 5 years plus. So I've rated them 8 to 7, so 7 to 8. 7 to 8 is excellent light fast, remain unchanged for more than 100 years. So they on their website says 100 years plus, so I'm guessing they're 8 to 7s, 7 to 8s. Should have put 7 and 8 in the other way. The next category, which they give 2 stars to, it says 25 years plus. So it can't be that one. They can't be 6s, because 6s are 50 to 100. It must be they're counting anything that's a 4 or a 5, where it says remain unchanged for 15 to 50 years. That's that category. So I'm guessing they're 4 and 5 ratings. And then the 1 star rating, they're saying is for 5 years plus. I'm guessing there's these 2s and 3s, because it says will fade in 2 to 15 years. So that's what I'm guessing, that where they've sort of pulled their numbers from. So on that basis, we're going to judge the Woomer pencils in the same way. Any that are 8 to 7, any that are 5 to 4, and any that are 3. So let's have a look at, and we should do this together, we complete this together. This is the test report. And the test report has the pencil colours listed on them. And like I said, one thing that is a bit confusing is it says RZ7001 red, RZ7002, RZ00. Now these are not called RZ anything. So, for example, this is light cadmium yellow. Well, the colour names don't seem to match, which is a bit of a worry. It's just yellow. It feels like this set of pencils that were sent off for being tested were not necessarily this set of pencils. Unless they just sent off a test set and then they got renamed for this. I mean, One of the pencils there is called Goldenrod. And one of the pencils there is called Parma Violet. There is no Goldenrod and no Parma Violet in this set of pencils. We all know where there is a Goldenrod and a Parma Violet. This is difficult because I'm struggling to see where this equates to this set of pencils. But all I will say is whatever this test report shows, this test report rates everything a 3, a 4 or a 5. And if we go back to the blue wool scale here, 4 and 5 are Lightfast impermanent. Blue wool scale 4 to 5, the pigment will remain unchanged for 15 to 50 years. So even if this test page relates to these pencils, it is true that Woomer have undertaken Lightfast testing, but it is not necessarily the case that the pencils are Lightfast, because as we saw earlier, it is only these top two, anything above a 5 and a 4. Let's read it here. When a pencil has been tested and graded under the blue wool scale, it is a grading out of 8, with 1 being the lowest Lightfast and 8 being the most. Taking this system into consideration, any pigment rated 6, 7 or 8 are considered fine to be used in commissions. Some artists will go down as low as a 5 and consider these pigments fine for their work. So 5 is kind of the lowest they'll go. And 5, okay, let's do this, right? Let's do two things. Let's count here how many are 4 and how many are 5, etc. Right, here we go. I'm going to fast forward this as I do it. So we're going to start with 4. So
1, 2, 3, 20, 21, 22, 22 on this page.
22 on this page. Where's the other page? This one. 22.
Actually, 1, 2, 3,
19. So 22 plus 19. 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 41 are 4. Then we've got some that are 4 to 5. So 1, 22, which are 4 to 5 star. Then we've got 3s. So 1, so 6. 6 are 3 star, and then there's 3 to 4 star. And 3 to 4 star is 1, 2, 3. That's it. So it's 3. So altogether we've got 3 star equals 6. 3 to 4 star equals 4. 4 star equals 41, and 4 to 5 star equals, so the most of them are 4 star, only of them are 3 star. So let's fill this in here, shall we? Let's fill this in here together with my whatever pencil this is, Prismacolor Gold, why not? 8 to 7, there's 0 of those. Then 5 to 4 stars, any that are 5 to 4 stars, we've got 63. We've got 63 of those, and this is out of 72. And then Poor Lightfast is basically 10 of them. So on the blue wool scale, if this test sheet does actually match the Woomer test pencils, which the names do not, so take that into account, most of the pencils fall within this range here, the 4 to 5, which is fair lightfastness, impermanence, blue wool scale 4 to 5. The pigment will remain unchanged for 15 to 50 years with proper mounting and display. So I wouldn't call them Lightfast, not in the same way that Luminous and Derwent Lightfast use the term Lightfast, but they have been Lightfast tested. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at how my testing came out. Why can't I just play with pencils like a normal human being? Why do I have to? It's because I like to do this. I like to delve down to see. You can see it's been in the sun because the old masking tape has got very sticky. Try not to rip the paper anymore. Here we go. Ta-da! I did a da-da and you can't see the bottom down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through this. Actually, it's not done bad, you know. It's only really this colour here. I don't need to go through this and see which ones didn't fade, which ones have a 4 or 5 late rating. Because look, that's the white. None of these have really faded. So let's just pick one at random. Let's just pick this one here, WP132. 132, pale vermilion. This has been given a 4 to 5 because it's got 4 coloured in. And there it is there. Hasn't changed at all in 1 month in sunlight. The ones that have changed is this one here, WP315. Let's get that one out. That's this one. And it's been given a 3-star rating. A 3-star rating. A 3-star rating. Poor light fartness, fugitive. And that is evident. That is evident there. So you can see that that was this part here. There's actually a line here which you can't really see. But that part there was the month in the sunlight. That's 2 weeks in the sun. Or 4 weeks, 2 weeks. And that's unexposed to sunlight. So that seems relevant to the ones that is marked as a 3. So if you were just going by the markings on the pencil, you could look at that and go, okay, that's a 3. I'm not going to use that. And that is indicative of this sheet. So let's have a look at this one here. Ooh, so there's more here. Let's move that out of the way like that. You can see what's going on. Right. So there's 3 up here where the colour has changed. Okay. So let's bring that up. You can see that that's the 4 weeks in the sun, the 2 weeks in the sun, and unexposed to the sun. So 20, 28 and 44. Let's grab all of those. And in fact, the rest of the sheet, none of them have changed. So let's grab those 3. So WP320 has been given a 4-star rating. It is better than, it hasn't faded as much. It has only faded a little bit. So that's, you know, strangely, I wouldn't give that the same rating as, say, that one. But it's been given a 4-star rating. WP328, light magenta. That's a 3-star as well. And that has done, same as that pink. That's the 4 weeks. That's the 2 weeks. Let's get your note down so you can see nicely. That's the 4 weeks. That's the 2 weeks. And that's the unexposed. And this pencil is labelled with a 3. So you can see that that is fairly labelled. And then this one is also, this is marked with a 3 to a 4. It's filled in. And that's this one here, and that one has colour changed quite a lot. 344 manganese. That started off very purple, and then it's like all the pink faded out of it, and it just left the blue behind. And so that's rated as a 3 to 4. That's rated as a 3, and that's rated as a, that was rated as a 4. All the rest, I'm going to have a quick scan to see which other, if any of the other pencils are labelled a 3. They are. Ultramarine there is labelled a 3. Let's have a look how that one faded down. This one's a 3. This one's a 3. This one's a free. There's quite a few frees actually. It's really interesting to actually do Lightfast testings. Alright, so these ones are all listed as Lightfast free. So this one is WP265. 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 This one here. The page is all sticky. WP265. This one here is marked as a 3. But you can see how much it faded. It didn't really fade. Not like this one. This one here, which was also marked as a 3. So that's interesting. Then this one here. 403 Cadmium Lemon Yellow. 403. 403 is here. You can see that hasn't really faded, but that is marked as a 3. 380. This one here. Now that has faded, so that's its original colour. That's its 2-week mark and that's its 4-week mark. That's labelled a 3. And then Chartreuse 406. This is also labelled a 3. So it's really odd that some with a 3 are reflective of the fact that they have faded over time, and then others with a 3 show no evidence of fading. I'm not sure what to make of this. I mean, what do you think, people of the internet? Do we have a really nice, fairly permanent, because they're only in the 4 and 5 range, fairly permanent set of budget pencils? And if that's the case, that's really useful for people for whom lightfastness is important. Now for me, lightfastness is not that important because I do colourings in colouring books. If Lightfast was important to me, I wouldn't use Prismacolor pencils. So it's over to you to decide if lightfastness is important and whether for $30 these are Lightfast enough for you. There you go. That is the deep dive testing of the Woomer pencils. Like I say, they come with this test report, and this test report shows that the pencils are 4 to 5 on the Lightfast testing, which means they'll last between, what did it say on the Blue World scale? Can we all remember? Fair Lightfastness. So they have been tested. They are semi-Lightfast. Thank you very much, Woomer, for sending me these, and if you've enjoyed this video you might like this one too. Take care everyone, thanks for watching, bye.